This is Things Police See, First-Hand Accounts, with your host, Steve Gould.
Welcome to the podcast that interviews active and retired police officers about their most intense, bizarre, and sometimes humorous moments on the job. It is I, Old Gingerface, here with you as always. This is the year-end review for the show. I'm going to go over some stats and some numbers. I have a lovely guest with me, as I did last year, which you all really liked. So I figured for the ratings, I'm going to bring her back. My lovely wife, Kerry Gould.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You excited to be here?
A little nervous.
Just like last year. Well, we were supposed to do it last week, but then, I don't know, it just seems like we never have time to squeeze anything in.
Yeah, we've been a little busy lately. And then it came around time to do it. And I think we were both exhausted. And I couldn't string two coherent sentences together. So I thought it would probably be better to do it this week.
Yeah, no pressure. We skip ahead a week. I'm glad we were able to do it. I'm glad you wanted, or you were willing to come on at least. It's that time of year, guys. It's Christmas, and we're trying to do, we have the 3 kids, so we're trying to every year I think we have a plan, and then it's like, okay, we'll get this one, this one, this one, that. And you even had like a thing this year.
Yeah.
What was the...
I loosely stuck to it.
What was the boilerplate of Christmas gifts this year?
The framework was supposed to be something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read, something to do, and then a stocking. Like
very simple. Try not to make Christmas like too materialistic, but not disappoint the kids. But I noticed by the amount of things that have been ordered that it's not just one thing. It's just like we made categories to fill with multiple presents.
Here's like 5 books to read.
Yeah.
3 things you want.
Yeah. Well, when I grew up, it was like my mom was like hyper vigilant about my sister and I like getting the right amount of like as if we were keeping track. And some kids do, but like we didn't. But she's like, she'd always be like, did you feel like you get enough? Because we got Emily this, but we also got you this. So, your thing was expensive. So you got one less. And and then you start taking stock in your mind as a parent where you're like,
are they going to be worried or Yeah,
there's been Christmas mornings, like in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, this one kid did get kind of this
there's a giant pile.
Crazy stuff. The one we love the most got this
No. No, yeah, I know what you mean though, because I'll have things picked out. I'm like, oh, maybe I should add one more to, this one over here. And then like, well, wait.
Right.
No, it can get out of hand. But I think we're good though this year.
We're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's like we concentrate on the kids and we're like, oh wait, then there's like our entire family that we also need to make sure we get something. So anyways, we've been kind of consumed with that. Obviously, I work as many hours as I can as a copper, and I do the show. And more recently, been doing the Sergeant Steve YouTube channel, which, by the way, like I'm not a big fan of video. Like when I started doing the podcast, I was like, it's so neat to be able to have a radio show. You don't have to worry about video. And then all of a sudden it was like the shorts became a thing. And everybody's like, you're an idiot if you're not using YouTube because it's the second biggest search engine. And I just suck at it. Like the video interviews for the podcast do terribly. They do terribly. Like an episode could get 5,000 or 6,000 audio listens and we'll get like 103 views on YouTube. I don't even know why I do it. Also, shout out to Tyler. He's fan of the show, become a friend of mine through the show. He's gone through police academy, just got out, just got a job. Congratulations. But he's been making all those shorts that people see. There's nothing to do with me. He does the captions and he puts all the shorts out and it's great. And guests really like when you do the shorts because then they can share them on their page and, it's neat for them. But really like the video doesn't bring any additional listeners to the podcast, which is weird, but I get it. Like when you if you're flipping through reels or something, you don't stop and go, oh, well, let me.
Like a long form.
Yeah. Let me stop and go listen to a 1 hour long
Yep.
podcast of this person. You just keep trucking, right? You don't stop.
Yeah. That reminds me of I was listening to how everyone's attention spans have gotten so much shorter because of all of these short form videos.
Yeah.
And someone said, I wish I could remember what it was, but someone said how short form used to be like 10 minutes. Now it's like 30 seconds. So we're just getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter with our attention.
Yeah, you can see it. I've been on like calls and stuff before when there's just kids just like, because the police are there, they're frantically just not even watching the reels. They're just going through the reels. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is
sad.
It's crazy. Yeah, they're like really, really, really addicted to them. But all that to say, I love the audio. I will put the video out if it's okay with you.
Okay.
I mean, no one will probably watch, but a lot of people will listen, which is the main point. But all that to say, also, I'm gonna use that phrase twice in 30 seconds. The Sergeant Steve channel is doing awesome. Like since I took the helm as the host, it's gotten like over 15,000 subscribers, and there's over 1 million views since I started working with these guys. They're overseas. They're great guys, younger guys that just understand YouTube, and that's really what it takes. Like they understand how to juice the algo, as they say. They understand like thumbnails and viewer retention and click-through rate and all this stuff I don't understand. And like the no words, like I use like suicide is like a no word. Like I once had a guest on, and he had a really like compelling and interesting story about suicide. And I got a letter from YouTube asking if I was suicidal.
Oh, wow. Was it just the algorithm picked it up? Is it like a AI?
I think it's a bot that goes through. But not only that, the video got like 4 views because...
Oh, they like buried it?
Because, we mentioned suicide too much. It was a story about, and it was like, would have been good for people to hear, but it doesn't. And I don't understand like the no words of YouTube. And these guys do. So they'll be like, don't say this, don't say that. This can kill you. And like, as I'm learning with them, I'm like looking back at the back catalog of the police.
Oh,
things police see. And I'm like, oh, that's like in every episode. In every episode, there's something that would crush a YouTube video. So,
okay. Interesting.
Yeah. But they're doing a great job. It's going well. People from the podcast have come over and subscribed, and they like write me a comment, which is cool because they can see that I'm bringing people to the channel, and I get ad revenue and like a base like salary for doing it. So it's been friggin' awesome.
Yeah, and they're really fun to watch too.
Yeah, thank you. I know.
I like them.
It's like your mom telling you you're handsome. Your wife's like, "It's very good, honey." But you legitimately, you
like them.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. I think and all the graphics they add and stuff is really cool.
Yeah, they do a great job editing.
They do a really good job. So that's going well, and that I have to tell you guys that has nothing to do with the fact that there's been a gap in interviews because I have like days specified to do this stuff, and maybe the holiday seasons hit everybody sideways this year. I'll have stuff scheduled, and then it's just like people reschedule for like, 2 months out. And then all of a sudden I have nothing, and it's happened a bunch of weeks in a row. So I have like 3 or 4 scheduled now. So we're going to be good, but it sucks because I fight on the podcast to get the interviews, to do the editing, to get them up every single week I've been good about the last couple of years. And if you screw up once, you lose a bunch of listeners.
Yeah.
And it's not in downloads. And it's not because the listeners are going away. It's because the way Apple does it. If people aren't listening, they kind of stop downloading your episodes for them.
Oh.
Until they manually go back and look at it. So, odd things happening with the podcast. Like a couple of years ago, we were really, really soaring, and that kind of plateaued and then crashed the last 2 years, listener wise on the Apple platform, which is like 60% of people. I don't understand why at all. I don't know why, because we're going to go over in this episode the year-end review from Spotify, which is the other biggest chunk of listeners.
Okay.
And that is like taking off. So I don't know if I don't know. I don't know why.
Mystery.
I have no idea why these things are happening, but it's frustrating because I put a lot of time and energy, blood and sweat into this podcast, and to see it just not grow for 2 years has been, it just, I don't know. It sucks in a way, but in another way, I still get all the emails and like people like graduating police academy, like sending their pictures. So
it's amazing. Yeah.
That stuff keeps me going, that like young coppers are are still like into the show and like finding it and like being inspired by the guests that come on. That is awesome. But once you start making a little money, you're like, ooh, I could really make, because you will see podcasts out there that are like I'll look for them and be like, wow, these people have like so many downloads. And you listen to podcasts and you're like, I just hate it. I'm like, this is the worst garbage I've ever heard. It's not even like anything educational, or the stories aren't good. And legit guys, these guys they're making $50,000 a month on their podcast. Just like,
we're just trying to pay our bills.
So what do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
No truer statement. So I try to stay away from that. But yep. So that's what's going on there. Podcasts are scheduled and will be coming out again, which I'm excited to do. Plus, it's okay to chill it around the holidays anyways, because a lot of people just kind of stop listening, including me. People just don't listen to podcasts as much. So
yeah, there's a lot between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That seems to be the busiest time of year. I know for us, I was trying to keep it, our schedule pretty open, but no, it's just been one thing after the other.
Yeah, we were saying that the other day. We're like, we haven't had just like a straight up like good old fashioned veg out day at home as a family.
Yeah.
Where you're like, there's nothing better than when you have a day off, you have no plans, and it's kind of like rainy.
Yep.
So you like, there's no like, you have an excuse to be lazy. You're like, oh, it's raining out. Might as well stay inside and just eat and watch, shows or whatever.
Yeah.
So in California, we never got that every day.
No.
Every day you felt lazy because it was beautiful every single day. And what else did we do recently? We went to, you can speak about this, because the first time I had you on, we talked about, I had a bunch of questions for you being a cop's wife, but we went to the police Christmas party.
Yes, we did.
Where all the police officers, we drag our significant others to, and I work with very nice people. So it's, it's fun, but I often wonder, like in this last time included, like when the police academy, we just had a guy graduate police academy. He was there with his girlfriend and very nice kid. And, just police academy stories, and then like police stories like come out, and like and it's like contagion. Like once one is told, someone else is like, well, I had a guy, well, I had this. And I always wonder like, how do wives feel about that? Does it get kind of old?
No, not really. Not for me. I hear what you tell me about work when you come home. So it's interesting to hear, the other officers' experiences and their viewpoints. And I thought it was great. Yeah. I had a good time.
It's funny because if it goes on for too long, I'm like, come on, guys, give it a rest. And then I'll be like, wait, maybe I'll chime in. Wait, it's good when I do it. Story's over. I've told mine.
No, I think it's interesting. Especially the police academy. Because I remember when you went through academy, so I just, I'm not really around anyone else who talks about it. So it's just kind of neat to hear all the stories.
You were a champ. You were so helpful. You woke up. Kerry is not a morning person.
No.
Like she does not like to wake up, but she has to be now because of
I kind of am now.
Our life. Yeah. Now it's nice to wake up at 5 a.m. and have a cup of coffee without the zoo happening yet. Yeah. But when we were younger, you were not a morning person at all. And academy required me to be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Every weekday for almost 6 months. And you got up with me.
Yep.
Which was unbelievable. Like you would get up and like, cause we had to, remember we even got like the bottle of starch.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to have things starched. Like it. So you would like
do your creases for you.
Yeah. You're like, how do you do this? You're like starching and creasing my stuff and helping me make lunch. And, it was awesome. We were like a team, like a little, let's get Stevie to work so he doesn't get in trouble.
I know. Yeah. I remember trying to do your creases, like having to redo them. Like, oh no, he's going to get punished for this. I better get this right.
You did a great job. And now you can look at it two ways, I guess, but now police academies like they care about different things now. So they're not so paramilitary. They're not so hardcore, I guess.
Okay.
As, like as they were 20 years ago, they're not as mean, I guess, or they do have like the week one where they're mean to everybody and there's some structure, but like when I went, we had like a lot of like marching and formation stuff and military stuff. And and, pressed uniforms and shiny toes and like inspection.
Yeah.
And they used to call us the khaki monkeys in the morning because they'd look out right before formation. We're all like picking at each other and like, using it. One girl had a pair of little scissors and she would cut everybody's stray strings off, and I'm just not hearing that anymore. I think it feels like we're moving more towards like, almost like how the federal academies are, like the FBI and stuff. It's more of like I've heard them called before a gentleman's academy.
Okay.
Where they care about fitness and all that stuff, but they're not so up on the paramilitary stuff. I mean, the state police academies are still like that. The trooper academies around the country are still like that, but the municipal ones are kind of getting, I don't know, they're just different. I don't want to say softer because I'm sure it's still challenging, but it's just different. And I think every generation looks back. It's like, well, you went to the easy academy.
Yeah.
When I went there, we had to run around naked in the winter. And they whipped us with the cat of nine tails, Like,
I remember you had some pretty good stories from your academy.
I know that got old because during police academy, we'd have parties in the weekend sometimes. And it was like, even participating in the story, it was like all we could talk about was police academy and everybody's mimicking the drill instructors. And
I mean, that was life for like 6 months. So it like consumes you.
It totally
it's like
is.
all you do.
Yeah.
And you're just worried about not getting chewed out or.
Yeah. And it's like, there's a lot on the line. It's your life. It's your job.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing, this is your future career. And if you get kicked out, you're probably tailspin for a little bit and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I guess be a firefighter. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big deal. So, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that you don't mind the cop parties and all the jargon. I guess it's not terrible. So I have some things to review here for the year in review. I think are kind of interesting. I think last year we tried to have you see if you could guess I'm going to have you see if you can guess some things, but some things like you'll never guess. Like the first one I'm going to do is the top episode for the year. So all the episodes, this one was downloaded and commented on the most, or maybe just downloaded on the most. And that episode was ATF Joint Firearms Task Force, New York City and Kansas City, the great Eric Imesberger.
Oh, wow.
Eric's a great guy. It was a really great interview and really fun. And he's a great talker. Like you can literally ask a question and Eric will finish the episode for you. You don't have to say anything else. I deleted my camera.
Oh yeah. Where did you go?
I really don't screw around with this program too much. Hello. Here I am. So Eric Imesberger, thank you. Top episode, and I can see why. And like I said, the guy just tells a good story and he can talk a cat off a fish truck. That is for sure. Let me see. Okay. How many people have Things Police See as their number one show? So of all the podcasts they listen to, Things Police See is in the top. Could you guess? This could go on. You could, if you guess really high, it will be embarrassing. And if you go,
I don't want to guess.
Okay, you don't want to guess.
No.
So the people that have Things Police See as their number one episode is 434.
Interesting. Number one. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good because I mean, people listen to average person listens to like 5 to 10.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
So I'm the number one for that many. I think that's pretty cool.
That's neat.
The next one is. New audience members. How many new audience members did we gain? We gained 3,600. And this is what I'm talking about, the difference with Apple, because that's a 518% increase over last year, which is great. So the Spotify is really kind of taking off and the Apple's kind of just dying. And I don't know why. How many combined, if you had to put it in years, how many years of listening do you think people did of the Things Police See podcast?
Years. That's an interesting question.
How many years? Just last year.
Ooh. That's an interesting question. How many total listens?
I don't know. I didn't look. I mean,
I'm not going to be able to get a year.
A year?
I'm not
All right,
sure.
we'll go with that. It was 5
years. What?
5 years of listening. So that's pretty good. Like just last year, people listened for a total of 5 years in time.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So
it's a lot of listening.
Yes, that's a lot of listening, and I like it a lot. So thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, so the podcast has gone up 23% total from last year.
Excellent.
In all categories, which is cool. The next two I think are really interesting. I didn't load all the rest of these in the show, so I'm gonna have to drag them over. But this one is let me do this one first. Top countries for the show. We tried this last year. Remember this?
Yeah.
Can you remember? Because it's very similar.
Canada.
Yeah, think white English speaking. So Canada.
The UK.
UK.
Like all of the UK.
Yep.
Ireland. I'm trying to think like English speaking. Well.
Good eye, Mike.
Australia.
Yeah, you got it. There you go. So you're on the right track. Want to just see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, that was the wrong one. 52 total countries around the world listen to the podcast, which is cool. Crap, where is it? Oh, here it is. Boom. Top countries.
New Zealand. Okay.
Yep. So I don't think this is an order of popularity, but it's, oh yeah, it is. Okay. So number 1 is United States. Number 2 is Canada. You could have guessed that.
Yeah.
3 is Australia.
Oh, wow. Number 3.
Which is kind of cool. I did have some Australian guests on, so maybe they spread the word down under. United Kingdom is 4, and New Zealand is number 5.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I do see, like, when you look at the map, it will tell you, it gives you a map of the world, and you can click on it, and it will tell you how many, you can choose a time period, and it will tell you how many people have downloaded in that country.
Yeah.
And North Korea is always black. Like, it just doesn't report.
Not allowed.
I always thought how creepy it would be if you went on the map and like North Korea was like 10,000 or one, just Supreme Leader. And you're like, oh, Supreme Leader is listening? I'm terrified. But it is still blacked out. All right. So what about, let's look at the top music. This one is weird.
I'm not going to be able to.
You can't guess it.
Yeah.
Because it's by band. But I thought this one was really weird. Some of the bands I thought were like, not weird. I'm not going to say weird because TPS listeners are not weird. They're great, beautiful people. But I thought it was like surprising what these people are listening to. So number 1, Morgan Wallen, which I could guess. Zach Bryan, makes sense. Number 3, Taylor Swift.
Huh.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I guess there's probably a lot of ladies who are listening. They like true crime and stuff.
Yeah.
Then Drake is number 4. A lot of guys like Drake, I guess. And then number 5 is Suicide Boys. I don't even know who they are.
No, I don't know who number 1 is. So
Morgan Wallen. I think he's like a country guy.
Okay.
So that Zach Bryan and Morgan Wallen like makes sense. Bottom 3 are surprising. I guess maybe not Drake, but like Suicide Boys. That's totally shocking to me. Maybe I'm sure a listener is going to reach out and be like, "Hey, dummy, you
guys are so
Suicide Boys are
out of it."
Yeah, you guys are so lame.
Losers.
You guys are so 40 plus, which is true. Top books for fans.
Interesting.
Top books. I thought this was interesting. Let's see here. I gotta shrink her down. Whoop. All right. You read these ones.
Number 1, Codename Pale Horse. Interesting. Scott Payne, is that the author?
I wonder if that was a guest. No, Scott Payne wasn't a guest, but maybe he should be. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, I Will Find You by Joe Kenda.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Joe's been on twice.
Meat Eaters American History, The Mountain Men. I can see that. Yep. Makes sense. I Am a Hitman. Anonymous
author.
Interesting. Number 5 is Pig Latin.
Eric Tansey. So
I'm not sure like what.
He was a guest on the show.
Okay.
He is a podcast Failure to Stop. So
okay.
That's great. I'm glad to see Eric's in there in the mix. That means that his book must be doing well if he's making lists for people.
Yeah.
That many people are listening. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. Oh, other shows. So this was one people liked from last year.
Podcasts?
Yeah, people's other favorite podcasts.
Did you do favorite TV series?
It doesn't
it doesn't do that.
It only can give you things that podcast has its, Spotify has its fingers in.
Oh, okay.
They have the numbers for this because their podcasts are on.
Okay.
And then maybe for books, they keep track of I don't know, does podcast sell audiobooks? Or maybe they keep track of how many people click the book links. I don't know. But these are other podcasts that people are really enjoying. And it's kind of similar to last year.
Okay.
So number 1 is Joe Rogan. I believe he was on the list last year, but I don't think he was number 1.
Yeah.
Sean Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, these will make sense.
Which is super popular. He recently had Jocko Willink on, who's Jocko. He's like the Navy SEAL commander. If you ever want to feel just bad about yourself as a man in the life that you've lived, just listen to Jocko.
Listen to that.
It's a 4-hour interview.
Wow.
Where he goes through just being I had 10 soldiers when I was a child that were the British Special Forces, and I decided to be a frogman for the rest of my life. And he just, becomes the commander of the Navy SEALs, and consequently, the one of the best commanders they ever had, and was brave and tough and strong. And the way he describes meeting his wife, he's like, I walked into a bar in Thailand and saw a pretty girl, married her.
Right there.
I'm ad-libbing, but he's like, you're mine now. So his life is just, it's inspiring. The guy's just a manly man. Anyways, that's a Sean Ryan show. He has some really interesting guests. I think he was a Navy SEAL as well. So very cool dude. Glad he's number 2. Number 3 is Dateline NBC.
Oh,
and they do. Yeah. They do a lot of true crime stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. I've seen clips, really interesting clips from there.
Yeah. So maybe that's why. Then Theo Vaughn, which is super cool.
Yeah.
He's really funny. He was did I tell you I went into the Cumberland Farms in I don't really want to name names, but in the bigger town that we work next to.
Okay.
And Theo Vaughn I ran into one of their cops, and he's like, oh, I got to get back to the arena because, or the, whatever they call it, what would they call it? A theater or whatever they had at this college. And it's Theo Vaughn's there tonight, and we're all doing security for it.
That's so fun.
That's awesome.
He's really funny.
Yeah. I think being a college cop, at a big university, I think would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
They have, those guys do a lot of police work too. It's a nuts, city filled with just people that are in the part of their life when you behave the worst. Yeah. So it's the only problem is you just keeps getting older, and so now you're 50 and they're still 20 and getting hammered, and
you never see them get older.
Yeah, you break your hip. So, and the last one in number 5 is 48 Hours.
Okay.
Which I don't really know what that is. I guess it's probably is that the murder show? Another 48 hours? They have 48 hours to solve a murder, maybe? I'm just guessing that's what that is.
Oh, yeah. Is that 48 Hours Mystery? Was that around when we were younger?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Top 10 Show. We are a top 10 show for 2,500 people.
That is very cool.
Very cool. I'm very happy with that. And a top 5 show. How many people do you think we're a top 5 show for?
5? Maybe 1,500?
Damn. That's why I married you, that big brain. 1,600. Yes. So that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And this is just on Spotify. They're a third of the downloads. So
that's neat.
It is neat. And this one, I took a screenshot of it, but then I realized I didn't listening time. I clipped it. So it says listening time, 2.6 M. So that's 2.6 million. I don't know if that's minutes or
maybe hours.
Probably maybe hours. So 2.6 million
Well, yeah, I don't
something.
Get a calculator out and figure this out.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm too slow. What else do we have here? Oh, our total followers is up 42%.
Oh,
which is
awesome. Yeah.
Crazy. Maybe everybody's just leaving Apple and going to Spotify.
Could be.
Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe Spotify is just people think it's better.
Yeah.
Maybe it is better. I don't use Spotify that much. Do you use that?
I don't.
We use Apple Music, right?
Yeah, I just use Apple Music. Well, I think because I've never actually had a paid subscription to Spotify, or maybe I did like 10 years ago, but
people say it's awesome.
Yeah, maybe I think I stopped using it because of the ads, because I didn't want to pay a subscription.
Yeah.
Where I mean, now we have to pay for Apple.
Yeah. Well, I think
at the point
we get the Apple we get the Apple free from Verizon, and it does the thing where it will let everybody use it, but it's not the family plan.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're like I've been at work before on a traffic stop, and K-pop starts playing out of my Apple Watch. Some insane K-pop song.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
who was playing that?
What is going on? And so I know somehow or some way, our daughter's at home probably playing some Korean pop song.
Well, and actually, right after that happened, you called and asked, and she wasn't actually listening to anything. It just was playing.
That's right.
It's weird.
Yeah. So it does this really messy intermingling of all your devices. And to add to it, like Nora's phone is one of my super old iPhones, intentionally. So I own it. And I think your phone too, I got on a deal through Verizon, through the family plan, but I also technically am the primary name on that phone.
Yes.
So I don't know how to change that. I've even called Apple before and been like, all of our stuff is mixed up. We have separate Apple accounts or Apple IDs, and still it scrambles everything.
Yeah.
Probably the answer is don't be cheap by the family plan.
Yeah. I mean, even like when we were out doing like a secret Christmas mission or something, we were trying to listen to Christmas music, and Nora and I were having a battle. She was at home trying to listen to something, and I was like trying to play the Christmas music.
You just kept she's Nora, like, she's going to understand eventually. Yeah. You just kept hitting play. Yeah, she asked me about that today. She's like, sometimes my Apple Music just stops and I just keep playing over and over. I'm like, that's me and Mom trying to listen to something. We want to listen to.
We pay for it. Yeah. We get to.
Exactly. Listen. So we did get a few awards.
Oh,
yes.
Awards. Well,
afraid so. So let's see. The first award. Oh, way too big on the screen. Oh, hold on. Stand by. Okay. The first award is a 2025 talked about show. You receive more comments than 98% of other shows.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Like comments on
episodes.
Oh. So you can comment under specific episodes?
That kind of differentiates. Spotify has like made efforts to be more interactive, so your fans can like write to you.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. So, and I often, for people out there, I often forget that even exists, and I have to log into my Spotify creators account, which is a different account than your Spotify app, to see those. So if I haven't written back to you or you're wondering why, that's because it's the one thing they haven't done is they haven't made it so when I log into my Spotify, I'm like in a creator account in the app.
Okay. It's not all in one.
Yeah. You kind of have to go on your computer.
Okay.
So that's why I don't respond to them, but that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's a pretty cool number.
Yeah. That's really neat.
98%. Let's see. Oh, a 2025 Marathon Show Award. Oh, thank you very much.
Wow.
Fans listen to you for longer than 99% of other shows.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
That's impressive. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm really psyched with that. And that's what gets so frustrating about the podcast is it's like when I look at the completion rate on both Apple and Spotify, it will tell you how long people listen to. And if you look on YouTube, like if you have a 20-minute video and someone listens to 8 minutes, like you are in like the top 5 percentile. Like you are killing it on YouTube. I am getting a 70+% completion rate on like every episode.
That's awesome.
Which is insane. Yeah. Which means people really love the show.
Yeah.
I just don't know. There is this wall with podcasting where it's like people can't like they can share the show, but they literally have to like copy it and then text it to somebody.
Okay.
Like where YouTube, you can hit share and like send it out.
It's a lot easier to.
It's easier. Yeah. So, and there's also no way to like, there's no community, like even YouTube, there's a community tab where you can do a post. Like on Apple Podcasts, like if I want to like talk to the fans, the only way I can do it is to make a podcast where I literally talk to the fans.
Yep.
It's really frustrating because I built the Facebook page for the group for the show, and it has almost 10,000 followers. And when I do a post, I'll go back a week later and look, and it's like reach 175 people.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
So like most of the listeners don't get the message.
Don't even see what the creator is.
Don't even see it.
That's wild.
Same on Instagram. I do a post and trying to get like a message out like, hey, I have this guest coming on.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about it, let me know.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that because nobody's going to get the message.
Yeah.
So that is really aggravating.
I know in YouTube, because some of the people I like to listen to on there's a community tab on there.
Right.
And I'll see announcements as I'm looking for new episodes of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that would be too bad that they can't put something in in Apple Podcasts somehow.
Yeah, Apple has always just kind of been stinky. Like their app is always kind of clunky and annoying. I don't know why. They have like so much money and like so many people listen on Apple.
I know.
You would think they'd be like, let's make this like the most interactive, easiest to share thing, but they don't really put that much effort into their podcast app. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But they do not. Last award from moi. Oh, hold on. Stand by, everybody. So a 2025 most shared show.
Wow.
You receive more shares than 97% of other shows.
That's awesome.
Which is sweet. So I guess on Spotify you can share it.
That's great.
Which is cool. Or they keep track of it at least, which is nice. So I don't know, maybe Spotify's the way to go. I did get a letter from them a while back when
yeah, I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, or they were trying to acquire a lot of, I'm sure they did it like tiered. Like they're like, all right, shows that have 1 to 5 million listens a month, let's go after them. Mm-hmm. And then boom, 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 and down. And when they got to my tier, which would be like 20 to 40,000, they were probably like, send the message out to them. And they were saying like, you can, if you exclusively, or if you move, like if you put your video on here and make us like your, like Spotify, your main squeeze or whatever, we will promote you, or I forget what they were going to do. But the problem with that for me is like, I'm like a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And I have a podcast host, Libsyn hosts my podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's all set up. I don't remember how I set it up. Like, cause there's like,
it's just, keeps working.
Yeah. There's things involved. Like there's an RSS feed, which like is the feed for your show. And if you're going to move platforms, you have to like move that. And then, but you don't want to like lose listener. I don't know how it works. I'm sure like Googling for 15 minutes, I could figure it out, but.
So yeah, it's also a time thing. Like,
yeah. Everybody's starting to see why the podcast doesn't have more listeners because I'm like, this is confusing.
We have no idea why.
Yeah,
we just don't know how to figure out all this other stuff.
Doing it into a black hole. I don't know what's happening.
I mean, it takes a lot of time to, figure. It sounds like not a big deal, but once you get into it,
right? And
if you were to do that, you'd probably need to do it for at least a week straight, and just to get it all sorted. And just don't have that. Kind of time.
There's like a lot, and there's a lot of scary parts of it where they're like, "Are you sure you want to do this because you're doing this?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm not sure at all." Am I gonna like flush the show right now?
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. Anybody out there, like my man Tyler has really, I have been really blessed with the show. Like I had somebody build it a website. I had Tyler come along and make shorts. People taking care of me because they like the show and like they want to contribute. And it's, it's like better than contributing financially because they're like, to make shorts, you have to pay people hundreds of dollars, like a short. And Tyler has made like hundreds of them for me just because he likes the show. Yeah, it's freaking great. So I don't know, guys. If you're out there and you're some kind of expert at juicing the algo, let me know. I know my YouTube sucks. I know I've had people like in the know look at it before, and the worst is when someone who has a big show looks at your show and goes, "Why don't you have more followers on YouTube?" Like, what's like they come on the show and they listen to it and they're like, and they like give me like nice compliments about the show. Like the audio is really good. Like the guests are great. Like, why does your show not have more followers? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Can you do it for me? Are you volunteering to help me? So I don't know. Maybe once we hit it, once we get the lottery, I'll hire some people to make this work.
Internet wizard.
Internet whiz kid. I think that's all the information I have for the show this year. All in all, the Spotify is very positive, and I really do love doing the show. It's like my favy to do it. Like I really do.
It's a great show.
It's well, thank you. Obligatory.
I highly recommend it.
Right. Please like and subscribe. My husband is very handsome and he's very good at interviewing.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, the people in our church really like the show. So the bottom line is like my people are important to me in my life, and like the core base of listeners are really awesome people.
Yeah.
And they really love the show, and they're telling people in their life who are probably also awesome people. And that's how I get more guests, and that's how I get more numbers. So I'm in it for the long haul. If it takes, 10 years to get bigger, then
yeah. I mean, and that's who the show's for, people who love it. So
right.
I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know we have Kerry is it's a ham recipe.
Oh yeah.
So that's in the oven right now.
It's kind of like I'm doing a test run for potential Christmas dinner.
Testing it on us.
Yeah. It's a sheet pan. They said it's for a small Easter dinner. It's slices of ham with pineapple, green beans with thyme, garlic, onion, salt, pepper, and then diced potatoes. And you stick it in, and there's a glaze on the ham.
Sounds good to me. And I will say I heard the buzzer go off, and I think you assigned our 16-year-old to take this out of the oven? Because that was 20 minutes ago.
I gave her explicit instructions on what to do if certain things were happening with the vegetables. So
we don't get ham jerky or ham discs.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a perfect time to wrap it up then, to go see how our delicious ham is doing.
Okay.
Kerry Gould, my sweet and lovely wife, thank you again for coming on. Once again, you're hooked into this now yearly.
Yep.
So you've promised, even though you tried to avoid it, here you are. It wasn't so bad, right?
Nope. No, it wasn't too bad.
You did a great job. I appreciate you, and I love you. And I appreciate and love the listeners of the show, guys. Thank you so much for all the support over the years. It really means a lot to me, and I'm going to keep going. Just keep sending me people in your life that are cops or were cops that want to come on. That's the best way to get people on the show. I love to get listeners, and I've been hooked up so many times by listeners in the past. Just get on them. Tell them about it. A lot of times you have to tell them what a podcast is, but then they come on and they really have a good time. It's really cool. It's also one last pitch before I go. It is a really cool way to memorialize their career. And then the family gets to listen to it and they go, wow, dad did this, or pop did this, or whoever it is in your family, they get to hear him come on and just tell these stories. And they're like, they get such an appreciation for what that man or woman did in their career. And that's the coolest part. Because we've had guests pass away and the families were so happy that they came on here and they have these stories forever digitally saved. So that's just another side bonus, I think, to telling your stories and people hearing them and getting a better appreciation for what it is the men and women of law enforcement actually do for us. So I love you guys, and we will see you next week.